Good morning and welcome back to the morning show. Big thanks to Granby Chamber of Commerce. We'll throw a thank you out to them right in the heart of Grand County. They're a great location to Grand Lake, the National Park, Winter Park Ski Resort. They got some beautiful fishing, camping, and new property out there. Can't remember the name of it, but
Shore Fox.
Shore Fox, exactly. The former golf course, and now it's a recreational area, which is just absolutely beautiful. So I bring up Granby because we're talking back to school. Granby is kind of the hub of our school district as well. It's where the high school, middle school, and then one of the elementary schools is located. So hanging out with Frank Reeves, the superintendent of the East Grand School District, and a lot of new things coming up this year that we're real excited about. You've been doing a little grant work on the side, from what I understand. Another one of your many hats.
Yeah, sometimes you wonder if you're getting too many grants. But we have 3 grants.
Who are you writing these grants to?
Various entities, mostly foundations that support education in some way. Well, they really all are. Donnell K. Foundation out of Denver, the Daniels Fund out of Denver, but they're all over Colorado and Wyoming and Utah, I think. And then Mountain Parks Electric also supported us with a nice grant.
Job. I know anybody that has a Mountain Parks Electric can do the Roundup thing. Does that get donated into some of these grants?
Yes. Yeah. They do 2 or 3 different ways to fund small grants and large grants, and this is a large grant that actually comes from payments that how they pay back, and payments that aren't ever collected on their payback. So
interesting. So what are we accomplishing with the grants? What's the?
All right, well, one, we got a $20,000 grant from the Donnell K Foundation for Friday School.
Okay.
And we hate to call it Friday School.
Every kid that's watching this might be going,
what? Exactly. So we hate to call it Friday School. It's really for students in 4th through 8th grade as an experimental year this year, to really try to provide them some fun educational activities on a Friday, really for those kids whose maybe both parents are working, so they go home Thursday night, and at the resort the parents are working Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and they don't get out of the house. Watching
the TV or whatever it might be,
right.
Not really being too productive, and
right.
So it's a fun alternative.
This gives them an opportunity to come to school, really work on something educational, but all hands-on, self-guided, some learning projects like that we'll come up with a broad-based unit, and then they'll describe
it. At your desk or your chair just listening the whole day. It's a different kind of more fun and more.
Yep. Yeah. Really hands-on building projects, doing what we call maker spaces, which is how can you make something out of recycled projects or recycled products that would contribute towards whatever unit you're working on. So.
Nice. And so will these
fun
be,
stuff.
Continuing class that each Friday they grow on the prior class?
Right, yeah.
How's this going to work?
We're hoping for like 4 to 6 week units.
Okay.
So they're not too long, and so a kid could come for one unit and not come for the next if they didn't want to. So yeah, 4 to 6 weeks of a unit. I always think in Grand County we may just call the unit water. Right. And then the kid can discover whatever they wanted with water and go into as much detail or
1,000 different directions.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So if my kid's involved in the ski programs, well, he might be pretty quiet life going from September and October and mid-November.
Exactly.
So 6 to 12
exactly.
weeks right there that they're looking for things to do on a Friday. Because what do you do when you're not skiing?
Exactly. So yeah, that's one of the grants, and then and that's actually the grant from Donnell K. And then Mountain Parks gave us a grant to basically start personalized learning units. And the personalized learning units are where we'll take a group of teachers from each building, train them, and it's nothing more. Personalized learning is really nothing more than letting a student really drive their education. We are guided by a set of standards that kids have to know. That's what we have to prove. That's a state testing every year.
Sure.
How well do they know these standards? But how we get a kid to prove that they know those standards is, you can take any avenue you want. And personalized learning really says, let the teacher lead the kid in terms of facilitating, but let the student decide, this is how I want to learn. This is how I want to prove to you I know these standards.
The kids obviously don't have much education on being educators. So
right.
I assume the teachers, are they able to identify different learning methods and introduce them to the child so the child can say, oh, that might work better for me than what I'm doing here.
Right. So, we could take water again. A kid could come up and say, I really want to learn about, where all the water in Grand County is going. And the teacher can then facilitate and get them hooked up with other people or who to contact or where to research. But then
just give them Kurt Klinke's phone number.
Exactly.
No, I'm just joking,
but you're right about that, and we've talked to him.
Nice.
But yeah, I mean, it's so the kid gets to kind of guide their own learning as long as they hit those standards and can show at the end of a unit, hey, here's the standards, I know them. So we're gonna work on that and experiment with that throughout the year, and hopefully that'll grow, in years to come, to where we're doing more and more of that. And then we're working on a third grant that we haven't been notified of yet, but we're fingers crossed we're going to get it, which is a student to career initiative, really working with Grand County Higher Ed to provide a more robust internship program for our high school kids.
So this will actually be out of the classroom?
Both in and out. So it would provide some training in the classroom, maybe teaching construction trades, a course on construction trades in the classroom, but then having the students go out and literally learn apprenticeships with some of our construction companies. Or, and it could be broadcast journalism, and they're coming over here to Channel 18 to really learn about all the entities that go into making a broadcast work.
Yeah, you gave us some rough numbers on the other two grants. Are we talking a big grant here?
Yeah, this one's it's pretty large, because really what it is it's building capacity for us. We don't, our two high school counselors are pretty overwhelmed as it is, just making sure kids are getting their college applications done, financial aid, and in regular classes at school. So we can't really throw anything else on their plate. What this grant would do is allow us to basically have another person that would set up these internships, go out to the businesses and build the partnerships.
That'd be a full-time job, just trying to juggle or
Right.
get everything lined up for these kids.
Right.
It could actually be a beneficial program. So.
Yeah, yep. And we see that as adding great value to the community, who, I mean, we all know everybody's looking for employees, and if
And right here at Channel 18, we've had interns before.
Right.
Kids that want to get into kind of journalism and that sort of thing.
Yep. So we just want to build that and make it a little more robust. I've talked on here before. We do a great job with our college-bound kids.
It makes learning more fun too when you can actually put it to a reason.
Yep.
You say, "Wow, I'm really interested in this. I really want to get it."
Yep.
Whereas if you're just sitting in the class all day, it can
Right.
you wonder what you're learning it for. That's a neat program.
Yep. And it really does provide a great program for some of our kids who aren't sure about college yet.
Yeah.
So maybe I can go into and build into a job that I can take right out of high school, and I might go to college in a couple of years, or I might just keep staying with that. So it's, I see it as being real beneficial.
Well, Frank, thanks so much for coming back, and
You
we
bet.
want to have you back again in the future. Always a lot to talk about when it comes to the education system. But hey, let's talk back to sports real quick. The seasons are coming up. We've got a lot of games on the horizon coming up in September here. How do we find out if we want to go watch the volleyball match or the football game or check out the cross-country runners?
Great question. Go to our new website, egsd.org. It's the same address as we had before, but it's a brand new look. It's cleaner and crisper and so much easier to navigate.
Hey, we stepped up into the 2000s now.
Right. And if you go on to the high school website, it'll have all of the calendar of all the games. And I have to say, there is no, in my mind, or maybe I'm a little biased, but there is no cheaper, better entertainment than high school sports.
Hey, that's right.
So come on out and support our kids.
Yeah, that's right. Well, thanks again, Frank. Once again, Frank Reeves.
Thank you, Ryan.
Superintendent of East Grand School District. And stick around, because later in the show, we're going to finally learn what that huge jungle gym over in the Fraser Ball Fields is at the, I want to say it's the Adventure Quest.
Adventure Quest.
Igor is going to come on and tell us all about it. So we'll be back right here on Channel 18.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Frank.
Yeah.